Hello everyone. Today is day 4 of our painting and let's see what do we have to do. Here which we did yesterday, which is this area again. I will tell you how to darken it. This is my painting. I need to go darker in this area and these bars, the yellowish bars which I've created here are much darker than what we can see. So we need to understand how we go darker when we have already painted a section. The artists also would say that this is done. And yes, this is done in a way, but we would like to go further than this. So I will be using dry brushing. Dry brushing is a technique where we take a very smallest size brush which we have. I have a zero size brush here. We'll be using that. And whenever we are doing dry brushing, we will put very small strokes in an area wherever we are doing and we use the same values, which is how light a color that we have used or how dark a color that we have used in that area. And we have a relatively rapid movement like this, a rapid movement of our hand so that the dry brush can settle particles of the paint on this paper where you want it to settle. It may require some amount of practice, so you can do it on a rough sheet first and then attempt doing. I'll show you this technique first so that I poured, I put some water in this and now I'm mixing a color. Let's say I have more water on my brush. What do? I just dab it and get my excess water off this brush so that when I put down the brush, it can make very small marks. I'll just show you over here outside. Now I'm applying cadmium red. I just applied some violet by mixing blue and pink. Then I applied little bit of yellow and now cadmium red. Taking some yellow, getting the excess off on the tissue paper. Looking at my reference and checking where do I need to place the colors. Then placing them on the paper. You have to check with the values. That's why you need to open your reference image on a device. The consistency which I am using is according to the values that I need to create. That is how dark I need to create. I am using a thicker consistency then. Like here it is darker, so I am using a thicker consistency of my paint and water mix. Here I am doing a shape correction. I saw that the base over here is quite flat, so I am correcting the base by making it flat instead of a roundish base. Okay, so I will allow this area to dry, and until it dries, we can put in some darker layers on the other sections. Like yesterday, we did this part, so I will be working again on this part. For this, I'm taking violet. Your reference image will show that this area is quite dark. I want a fused area over here. I do not want a highly distinct and demarcated area. So I'm mixing some pinks with the trees which we had created. If you're going on top of the yellows, that's not a very big problem because you see the colors are merged. Even the yellows are relatively merged. So it is okay if we are going somewhat dark. So on this area, this thin strip area also, we can put in some colors. You can even use paints straight from the tube to do any dry brushing if that is required for your painting. Here, this line which you see over here is a very pale line. So using your colors, you can use a pale color and using light pink over here. Now, even if we come little bit on top of this area, the thinner the greenish area, yellowish green area that we created earlier, that is okay. This area is wet and I want to blend the colors. So I'm using a darker mix. You can use any of the darker mixes you have, pink, purples. And I'm outlining the base of this building.